Alright, we are live, I believe. Let me check for the XFL's opening game. Yeah, we're live. So, Vipers visiting Renegades. Hold on one second. Today, in the XFL season opener. Give me 1 second to get everything up and running smoothly. But, I think this should be an entertaining game. Both teams have some notable players. The Vipers probably have the team with the most recognizable names. Vic Beasley, Geronimo Allison, and Martavius Bryant. All on the Vipers. Plus, they've also got former NFL backup quarterback Brett Hundley as their quarterback. Although he will not be playing or starting today, as that will be Luis Perez, because Hundley got to camp late. He was a late addition to the roster, and he's not quite ready to play yet. Alright, so let me pull up the comments. Give me a second, put a poll out as well. Give me 1 second to do that. Give me 1 second to get the comments up. I'm going to put a poll out so you guys can vote on who you think will win. I've got the Renegades 23-18. I think it should be a pretty good game between two of, I think, the better teams in the XFL. Obviously, we'll learn a lot about them in the first few weeks. I don't have a preference either way. I hope it's a good game. Really, for me, I don't really care either. But I am a Guardians fan, for those of you wondering. Who will win? Alright, so who will win? Renegades or Vipers, make sure to vote on the poll. I've got the Renegades. I think they should be one of the best teams in the XFL. In fact, I've actually got them winning the championship. But I think the Vipers, they've got the most recognizable names. As I said before, they've got former NFL players like Vic Beasley, Geronimo Allison, former Packer wide receiver, and also former Steeler receiver Martavius Bryant. I'm sure there's also a few I'm forgetting. And for the Renegades, they've got players like Kyle Sloter, a former NFL journeyman practice squad guy, preseason star. And they've also got the most recognizable head coach, Bob Stoops. Trying to think who else they have. I've just been reading so many names lately, trying to learn as much as I possibly can. I can't remember who's on what team. But, let me also get the rosters up so I can tell you who each player is, because obviously we haven't seen them play at all. I don't know who's who. Hold on 1 second. And I don't just want to be calling him number 10 throws to number 4 for a completion of 5 yards. I don't want to be doing that all day. Okie dokes. All set. Okay, so we're ready for kickoff here. Now the teams, they start 5 yards apart. I remember the kickoffs from 2020. Same rules apply this season. So the kick is away and the XFL season is officially underway. The kick will be returned from about the 10, and the players also can't move until the ball is fielded. On the return, he's going to bounce this outside, and he's taken down at the 30-yard line. Number 5 was the return man there for the Vipers. That is running back DeAndre Torrey. So Luis Perez comes onto the field as Vipers quarterback. Played in the USFL last season with the Generals. He's an accurate pocket passer. And he's the starter here for the Vipers. So from their own 31, Perez in shotgun. And he is going to hand off here to 15, who gains a yard. That is... Sorry, I don't know all these guys' names. 15 is Rod Smith. For the Vipers. Going quickly here. Back at the line already. Empty backfield. Perez looks to throw. And he's going to fire outside quickly. That's caught by... That might be Martavius Bryant. Number 4. Yeah, it is. Martavius Bryant. And the first completion goes to one of the biggest names in the XFL in the former NFL wide receiver Martavius Bryant. He was a 4th-round pick in 2014 with the Steelers. Had 17... receiving touchdowns in 4 NFL seasons, then missed the 2016 season due to a suspension, and now he's here in the XFL. Here's a 3rd and 7, 13 in motion. Again, I don't know all these guys' names, so I'm just going to try to refer to them by numbers, and if I do, quick throw over the middle, caught by 19, that is... I think that might be Geronimo Allison. 19, that is Geronimo Allison. So each of their big receivers already with the catch. First and 10 here from around 44. Perez, quick throw. Caught by a receiver for a gain of a yard. 13 there, that's Jeff Badgett. Former Oklahoma wide receiver. Alright, so 2nd and 8 here for the Vipers. From just shy midfield at their own 46. They go I formation here. Perez under center. And he's going to hand off straight ahead. And he goes nowhere, losing a yard. Tackle made by 41 of the Renegades. That is 41. Let's see, who's that? 41. That is Devontae Ballsby, defensive back. So here's a 3rd and 9. Perez, empty backfield. Quick throw over the middle. That's caught by... I really just need to have these rosters up. That was caught by Sneak Sweeting. I know that's not going to work. Hold on, give me 1 second to try to figure out how I can have these rosters so I don't got to keep switching back and forth, but I think I'm just going to have to do that. Alright, so inside Renegades territory at the 41. Perez Quick throw outside, and he's going to break a tackle. Geronimo Allison, that is, and he's inside the 25-yard line. He's taken down at the 23 after his second catch of the day. Current drive, 7 plays, 47 yards. From the 22 here. Perez in shotgun. Play action, looks to throw. He is going to look for his tight end, but the tight end not looking for the ball. And that's going to fall incomplete. Some updated results from the poll. 75% of you guys say the Vipers, 25% say the Renegades. I would agree with the Renegades. I think they're going to get the win here. Perez rolls out right, looks downfield, and he's going to go to the end zone. Nope, just short of the end zone. That is caught by Badgett up to the 6-yard line. Go Vipers, okay. I don't really have a preference, but I did pick the Renegades to get the win. First and goal here for the Vipers. 9-play, 63-yard drive so far, 7 passes, only 2 runs. And now we got a shift here for the Vipers into shotgun. Perez with the back wind up to his right. He looks to throw, and he's going to dump this off to his back, and he's going to get it up to the 5-yard line for a gain of a yard. Hold on 1 second. I need to figure out who these players are. But Rod Smith with the catch there. And that brings up a 2nd and goal. Perez starting off hot, 7 of 8 for 64 yards. Perez under center. Here is the give to Smith up the middle, and he is going to get stopped right there by 72. That is TJ Barnes, defensive lineman for the Renegades, and that brings up a 3rd and 5 here for the Vipers. So from the 5, Perez in shotgun, Rod Smith remains in at running back, lined up to his left. Now Smith exits the backfield. Perez looks to throw. He's pressured. Now he's going to escape the pocket, roll out right, and he's going to fire to the end zone. That's called for a touchdown. Another catch there for Badgett. And the Vipers, they score the XFL's first touchdown of the season. And now, here's one of the more interesting things for the XFL. There's no kicking extra points. So you could go for 1, 2, or 3. 1, you'd snap the ball from the 2. 2, you'd snap the ball from the 5. Or to go for 3, we'd snap the ball from the 10. And they're going to line up to go for 2 here from the 5-yard line. And extend the lead to 8-0. Alright, Perez in shotgun here. Looks to throw. Going to throw to the outside. Incomplete. Out of the reach of his intended receiver, Geronimo Allison once again. And the score will stay at 6-0. Hold on 1 second. Let me try to fix something real quick. Okay, so now Drew put onto... Sorry, I was so far behind. Just realized that. So Drew put onto the field here as quarterback for the Renegades. And he's going to hand off up the middle here to number 2. Hi, how's it going? Extra point always a question mark in this week. 6 point scores and misses. Yeah, that's true. As Renegades, the Vipers go for 2 there and not get it. Here is the give to number 2 once again. I believe that's Devon Smith, and he's got a first down, gain of 8. Number 2, I believe that is Devon Smith. Yes, that is Devon Smith. Alright, so here is a 1st and 10. Vipers lead 6-0 as we hit a little over halfway in the first quarter. This play blown dead. We got a false start. And that'll back Renegades up 5. That is on Greg Moore. Alright, so that backs them up to a 1st and 15 from their own 33. Put in shotgun here. Smith the back, wind up to the left. Looks to throw. Quick throw. That is caught on the outside. And swung down after gain of 5. 85 makes the catch there. That is 85. Let's see. Who is that? That is Tyler Vaughns. Brings up a 2nd down here for the Renegades. Put under center. Here is the give to Smith running right, and he is not going to go anywhere. He's going to maybe get back to the line of scrimmage. And that's going to bring up a 2nd down for the Renegades. Here is a 3rd and 9. Put in shotgun. They want Sal Cannella, the tight end, up in the backfield as well. Looks to throw. Gonna fire downfield. That is caught. Did he get his feet in? No, he didn't. Incomplete. No, he did get his feet in. That's a nice catch along the sideline. I wish they had, like the NFL has with, they've got a bigger white spot. Ooh, actually that's close. I don't know if the foot comes up before. How they've had like a wider white portion of the field. But that is ruled incomplete. Now, I believe you've got to get 2 feet down. Hold on. So now, you can listen to the rules, the replay center, and they're going to give the Renegades a 1st down there. So, quickly able to overturn that, and the Renegades are going to stay on the field and extend their drive. Alright, here's a 1st and 10 from the Vipers' 46-yard line, so each team's been able to get it into opposing territory on their first drive. Hold on 1 second, I just want to check something. Okay, here's a 1st and 10. Put in shotgun. He looks to throw. Quick throw outside, caught by 19. That is... Let me check. 19... That is... Brandon... Erkin... Otto? I probably said that wrong. Alright, here is a 2nd and 1. Put under center here. Keith Ford at the running back. 2 tight ends move from the right to the left here. Here is the give to Keith Ford, and he is swallowed up for a loss of 3 on the play. As the Vipers, they've done a really good job against the run so far. And there's only been like 2 plays where they've been able to have success running the football. Here is a 3rd and 4. From the 40-yard line of the Vipers. Put looks to throw. To the outside, that is caught once again, and he's going to trip down to about the 25-yard line. And the Renegades move the chance once again. Alright, here's a 1st and 10, 3:23 to go in the first quarter. 8-play, 50-yard drive so far for the Renegades. Putting together a nice response drive after the Vipers scored the first touchdown of the year. Here is the give to Keith Ford, and he is going to get maybe a yard. Once again, not much space to run the football. For Renegades, and that brings up a 2nd and 9. So we got a 2nd and 9 from the 22. Put in shotgun here. He's going to hand off to Devon Smith, and he is swung forward for a gain of 2. The Renegades have had no space to run the football. They've got 6 carries, 13 yards, 2.2 yards a carry. Here is a 3rd down for the Renegades. Third and 6 from just inside the 20. Put in shotgun, looks to throw, and fires downfield. That is incomplete. Sal Canelo, the tight end, had it for a second, but the hit knocks the ball free, and that falls incomplete. Vic Beasley, the defensive end, dropped back into coverage there, and he knocks that ball away. Here is a 4th and 6. So while there is no kicking extra point, there is field goals. Here's a 38-yard attempt, and the kick is up and good. And it is a 6-3 game, as both teams used their opening drive, and they got on the board. And we've got 1:29 to go in the first quarter. Hold on 1 second. Hi, how's it going? How are you today? Nice commentary. Thank you, thank you. Alright, so the Vipers gonna get the football back up 6-3 after the Renegades kick a field goal on their first drive. So far, some results of the poll: 60% of you guys have said the Vipers, and 40% have said the Renegades. Who do I want to win? I really don't care. If I had to pick, I'd go with the Renegades, but it doesn't really matter to me. What's going on in game? The Renegades just kicked a field goal to cut the lead in half after the Vipers scored a touchdown on their first drive and missed their extra point, because in the XFL you could go for 1, 2, or 3, and there's no kicking extra points. Do I have money on the game? No, I don't. I think the Vipers will score again this drive. Luis Perez was good in USFL, was pretty solid all year. First game with Birmingham was very competitive. That is very true. I do remember that game. 700 on Vipers and on over. Okay. Alright, here is the return. They didn't show the start of the kickoff, but it once again returned to the 26 before the tackle's made. My favorite NFL team is the Giants. How about you? Where am I watching the game? On ESPN. Alright, here's a 1st and 10 from the 26, Perez under center. Here is the give to another running back, number 8, the third different ball carrier we've had for the Vipers. That is Josh Lovett, and he's able to run for a yard. You like the Chiefs and the Eagles. Oh, okay. Both teams in the Super Bowl. Here is a 2nd and 9, under a minute to go in the first quarter. They shift into an empty backfield here for Perez. He looks to throw. Quick throw that is knocked away. Geronimo Allison, the intended receiver. But 51 of the Renegades able to get a hand on that and knock it away. And that brings up a 2nd and 9. Alright, so we got a 2nd and 9 from their own 27. 3rd and 9. And we got a false start on the left tackle here for the Vipers. So that'll back them up to a 3rd and 14. Let's see if they snap this before the quarter ends. They've got 3 seconds. And they will not snap it, as they just tried to draw them off sides. And that brings us to the end of the first quarter. So the Vipers, they lead 6-3 after a quarter of play. And they've got the ball here with a 3rd and 14 when the second quarter is set to begin. Some updated results from the poll. 67% of you guys have said the Vipers, 33% have said the Renegades. And I also put a poll out in the community tab on my channel. You guys can make sure to frequently check for polls, updates, anything like that. And I said, who do you think will win this XFL game? The Vipers got 55% of the vote. 45 to the Renegades. I've got the Renegades 23-18. Hold on 1 second. Give me 1 second just to check something. Okay. Aiden Hutchinson should have won Defensive Rookie of the Year. Disagree. I think it went to the right player in Sauce Gardner. Aiden Hutchinson was very, very good. Had, I believe it was like 9.5 sacks. And also a few interceptions. Which is very good, especially for a defensive end. To have 3 picks as well. But I had Sauce Gardner winning. Because he did have more interceptions than Sauce Gardner, but interceptions aren't the only thing to look at when looking at a corner. There's things like passes defended, and then you could even go into other, like, more advanced categories like, completion percentage when targeted and passer rating when targeted, stuff like that. And Sauce Gardner was just an overall lockdown corner in his first year in the NFL. My favorite college team, Notre Dame. How about you? Alright, here's a 3rd and 14 from the 22. Perez looks to throw. Renegades bring a blitz, and Perez goes down back inside the 10-yard line. The Renegades came after him, and they get home for the sack. And a big loss on 3rd down backs them up to 4th and a mile, and the Vipers will be forced to punt it away. UMass, your favorite college team? Okay. On the punt here, it is away. And a short kick. It is muffed by the return man as hit off his foot. No, it didn't hit off his foot. Then hit off his foot. But that was sort of a weird kick. It's a short, low, line drive kick. Then he went to go field it on a bounce, and now it would field it cleanly. The return man was number 4. That was defensive back Joe Powell. Give me 1 second to pull up the rosters on here. It's just going to be easier. Give me 1 second. Okay, here we go. Alright, some updated results from the poll. 71% of guys have said the Vipers, 29% have said the Renegades. I would agree with the Renegades, even though they're down so far, getting the ball back at... Oh, where's the ball marked after they muffed the punt? Let's see. The 38-yard line of the Renegades. They would have had a lot better starting field position if they didn't muff the punt. They would have gotten it at about midfield. Dak's the top 3 quarterback. Definitely don't agree with that one. Because, I mean, he's a good quarterback, but turned the ball over a lot this past season. And I just think there's a lot more quarterbacks and so many quarterbacks to take above Dak Prescott. And Pollard should be running back 1. I could definitely agree with that. He's been very, very good for the Cowboys. Now, the Cowboys, they've got an interesting decision of if they should bring him back or not. Because he is a free agent. And obviously they've got Zeke, they're paying all that money to. So they've got an interesting decision there. And he's also going to probably want a decent amount of money because he's definitely proved he could be a good running back. And there's a lot of Cowboy fans saying he should be the starter. Even though he does see a good amount of playing time. Alright, so waiting for him to come back from commercial break here. After the punt. Alright, so the Renegades back onto the field here after the first punt of the game. Drew Plitt remains in at quarterback. Got your comment in a second. Another shift here for the Renegades. Plitt under center. Play action. He looks to throw. He's going to dump this off to 81, who's not going to get back to the line of scrimmage. He's going to lose 2 on the play. Vic Beasley put a hit on him. And, 81 is Nate Becker, tight end. Here's a 2nd and 13. Plitt looks to throw, quick throw that's caught by tight end Sal Cannella, who gains a yard. Kenny Golladay is primed for a comeback season. Lucky to have him. His physical traits are undeniable, just a bad quarterback. Now, Daniel Jones, he hasn't been all that bad, especially this past season. He's actually pretty good, and he's probably going to end up getting another contract with the Giants. But Kenny Golladay, he's a good receiver. He's just had trouble staying healthy, especially with the Giants. Hasn't really been all that great when he's been targeted, stuff like that. Here is the dump off to Devon Smith. Smith with blockers in front. He's going to be short of the first down marker, but gain about 7 or 8 on the play. Maybe even 9. Make it a 4th and a lot more manageable, but still going to probably punt it away. Vipers only playing in a 9,300 seat stadium. Cashman Field, 12,500 standing room. Couldn't arrange Allegiant Stadium, 65,000 seat stadium. I hope this league makes it to week 10. Who knows? They need fans in. That's definitely true. But I'll get to that in a second. Here is the punt. This is a Gonna check up at about the 24, and that is where the Vipers will take over. Now, Allegiant Stadium, I just feel that would be really, really hard to get. It's a newer stadium. Obviously, it's a dome as well. And they'd probably have to pay quite a bit to get to play in Allegiant Stadium. But, I don't know, I feel they could definitely do it. They've got, make it to week 10, that is. But, obviously, there's going to be, it's interesting because certain teams play in stadiums where it's weird, because, like, you've got the Renegades who play in a baseball stadium, then the Vipers, as I said, play in Cashman Field, a minor league baseball stadium. So it's kind of weird with seating like that, because there's some bad seats in the stadium, because it's not designed for a football game. But there's other things like really good stadiums, like you've got the Alamo Dome, you've got Lumen Field where the Seahawks play. That's the only NFL stadium they're using. But I feel like they should be okay, because you'll probably have, I think they should have solid attendance. Is the game good? Can't watch, so I'm watching this. Keep up the good work. It's been okay so far. Hasn't been, like, amazing, but it's been solid. And keep up the good work. Thank you. Glad you're enjoying. Alright, so the Vipers with the football back here. First and 10, 12-11 to... excuse me. 12-11 to go in the first half. From their own 26, Perez under center. Number 5 in motion. He's going to get the ball here on the jet sweep. He's going to cut up the field and gain about 4. Number 5 is... That is DeAndre Torrey, wide receiver. Running back getting involved in an interesting way on the jet sweep. Here's a 2nd and 6. Perez in shotgun. 2 running backs here. We've got Torrey as one of them, and I can't tell who the other one is. 13. Perez, quick throw, caught by Geronimo Allison for a first down. They've been targeting him a lot so far. Perez in shotgun, looks to throw. Is going to hand off. Did not mean to say looks to throw. But they give to Torrey up the middle, gains about 6. And that brings up a 2nd and 4. Jeff Badger, I believe, is number 13. He exits the backfield here. Perez looks to throw. Going to take a shot down the sideline. Overthrows everybody. Martavius Bryant, the intended receiver, on the outside. The Vipers 3 of 4 on 3rd down so far. They've got a 3rd and 4 here. Alright, Perez in shotgun. He's actually got 2 running backs lined up to his left. And he's going to dump this off to DeAndre Torrey, and he is going to get taken down at the line of scrimmage. Maybe gains a yard. And they will have a 4th and 3 or 4, and most likely be forced to punt it away. But they had Jeff Badgett and DeAndre Torrey both lined up to the right of Luis Perez. Not something you see every day with two running backs lined up to the same side of the quarterback. Usually it's split. 4th and 3. Vipers send on the punt unit. Michael Carrizosa, former kicker and punter in the USFL, punts it away, and this will skip into the end zone for a touchback. And the Renegades will take over at the 20-yard line, trailing at 6-3. Next game, Paxton Lynch versus Silvers, just like a USFL game. Can't believe so many quarterbacks were picked. But these two were not spectacular. I don't remember Brandon Silvers being in the USFL. What team was he on? I don't remember that. Wait a minute. I might remember. Give me a second. Here is the give to Keith Ford, and he is going to gain about 2 on the play. Was he a first-round pick? Hold on, let me check. Was he a first-round pick? No. I must be thinking of someone else. I don't remember Brandon Silvers in the USFL. I don't know if that's just me. Here is the throw over the middle to Sal Canelo for about a gain of 6 on the play. That's going to bring up a 3rd down. Sorry, I think it was AAF. Oh, that explains it then. I'll check in a second. But here is a 3rd and 2 for the Renegades. Put under center here, Keith Ford, the running back. And the play is blown dead. We've got a timeout called by the Renegades. The first timeout either side has used so far. But Brandon Silvers, yeah, he was AAF, played for the Memphis Express. Then he was briefly on the Jets for about a month. Then Sea Dragons in 2020, and now the Roughnecks. But what team are you rooting for in the XFL? I'm a Guardians fan, so hopefully Paxton Lynch can play a good game. And hopefully we can have a win in the first game. Alright, here's a 3rd and 2. We're going to go I formation here. Here's the give to Keith Ford. He loses the ball, and I think he was able to get on it. Yeah, Keith Ford was able to fall on it, but just never got it cleanly from quarterback Drew Plitt, and the Renegades will be forced to punt it away. They've been using Keith Ford a lot more as a short yardage back. So that is how they've been using him a lot. Obviously, I don't know a ton about Keith Ford. Never really seen him play much. Whereas they've been using Devon Smith more as the every down back. Here is the punt. It is going to bounce out of bounds at the 20-yard line. And that is where the Vipers will take over. Up 6-3 with 6:59 to go in the first half. Alright, so the Vipers, they get the football back here. Up 6-3. I remember in the USFL, Luis Perez had many long league plays, so we were still waiting a long throw downfield. He has the potential to do so. That is definitely true. He did make some good throws in the USFL down the field. Like, the first play of the USFL season, they threw the ball. It wasn't, like, super deep down the field, but, like, it was, I don't know, like 20, 25-yard play. But he's definitely got a solid deep ball for Luis Perez. So yeah, definitely still waiting to see one of those, as I said. Alright, still waiting for them to come back from commercial here. Alright, they are still a commercial here, so waiting for them to come back. Alright. They're back from commercial here. Perez looks to throw. Oh no, that's the sack. They were showing the replay. I'm sorry, I didn't realize that. Okay, this is not a replay this time. The first drive for the Vipers, 12 plays, 69 yards, and a touchdown. Previous two, they've punted both. Jeff Badgett in motion. He's number 13 for the Vipers. Perez going to set up the screen to Jeff Badgett, and Badgett going to get 12 and a Viper first down. He's been a good player so far for them, a versatile wide receiver, shifty guy, what it seems from watching him so far. First downs, Vipers with 7, Renegades with 3 so far. Renegades really haven't had a ton of success offensively. But then the Vipers haven't been great aside from their first drive. Here is the give to 15, that is, I forgot his name. I had it before. 15 is Rod Smith. And that brings up a second down here. For the Vipers. Alright, second and 10 from the 47. Perez in shotgun. He looks to throw here. He is going to dump this off to the running back Rod Smith on the screen, and he is going to get him about 6 on the play. Here is a third and about 4. Luis Perez, 95 yards, 12 of 15 passing. They've thrown the ball a lot so far. Quick throw. That is caught. Martavius Bryant makes the catch. And he's got a first down at the 40-yard line inside Vipers territory. So here's a first down from the 39. Perez in shotgun. Rod Smith lined up to his left as the running back. Play action. Perez looks to throw. And he's going to go deep down the field. Caught for a touchdown. Jeff Badgett, another touchdown catch. And the Vipers extend their lead to a 12-3 lead. And it looked like Perez wanted to go deep initially, but it wasn't there. Then he's able to find Jeff Badger on like the second option there. And it is now 12-3. Let's see what they opt to go for here. They're going to go for 2 once again, as they're lined up from the 5. Alright, so here's a first down, a 2-point attempt, 4:41 to go. In the first half, Perez is going to look to throw. Renegades bring everybody. Perez to the end zone. Oh, did he keep his feet in? Yes, he did. That is good for a 2-point conversion. And it is now 14-3. Vipers. Brandon Dillon, the tight end, makes the catch there. That's actually pretty close on that 2-point conversion. But they're going to give it to him. And it is now 14-3. Jeff Badgett having himself a really, really nice game so far, as he's got 5 catches, 74 yards, 2 touchdowns. And on a team with former NFL players like Martavius Bryant and Geronimo Allison at wide receiver, Jeff Badgett still able to find a nice day receiving. On the return from the 5, weaving his way through, he's going to get up to the 37. Good return there by number 12 of Renegades. That is Adrian Killens. Alright, so Drew put back on to the field as quarterback here for the Renegades. It really needs to score some points here. Over the middle, that is caught. Tight window, but caught there by 85. I was hoping to just read his name off the jersey, but they cut away. That's Tyler Vaughn's, his second catch, maybe third of the day. Alright, here's a 1st and 10 from the 47. Put in shotgun. He looks to throw here. He's going to launch one downfield. Receiver's got a step, but he overthrows him. Tyler Vaughn was the intended receiver. Alright, here is a 2nd and 10 after the incompletion. Drew put 9 of 11 for 70 yards so far. Here he's going to hand off to Devon Smith. Does a nice job to avoid the defender in the backfield. And he's able to gain 8. That's a nice run from Devon Smith. Renegades 2 of 5 on 3rd down so far. Can't wait to see the Vipers next week in Las Vegas against the DC Defenders. Should be a great game. That should be a really good game. Here is the give to Devon Smith, and he is going to get maybe a yard. Looks like he's going to go to half of what they needed. And that leaves the Renegades with an interesting decision on 4th and 1. Whether they go for it or punt it away. Because it's not field goal range. At like the 43. So let's see what they're going to have to do. They're going to keep the offense out there and go for it. As agree with the decision, I'm going for that as well. Here is the gift to Smith once again, and again he's not going to get the first down. The Vipers defense forces a big turnover on downs, and they get the ball back. Sorry, I forgot to move the ball marker from the first time. Oh yeah, turnover on downs. They brought a blitz, it appeared. Seemed quite obvious they were to run the football there. And they were able to do it again. And stop them. Make a stand for the second play in a row. So the Vipers back to work on offense from their own 44. Their defense does a great job of stopping the Renegades there when the Renegades really, really needed a conversion. They needed points on that drive. This Vipers team is really impressive so far. Not expected by anyone. They were ranked 7th. I'll get back to that in a second. Here's the give to 14 for a gain of a yard. 14 is... that is Sneak Sweeting, wide receiver there for the Vipers. But I had the Vipers being a good team. I thought they were going to be... I had them finishing at like 6-4, I think, because they've got the names, the notable names, and if that can translate to on-field success, they could be a good team, and so far it has, but obviously it's been half of one game. Neither team's really been able to run the football so far. As the Vipers with 1.5 yards carry. That actually just updated to 1.6. Nope, now back to 1. I don't know what this site is doing. But and 2.3 yards a carry for the Renegades. Neither team really been able to run the football. But the Vipers, they really haven't tried to run the football, because they've ran the ball 8 times for 12 yards. They've thrown the ball 17 times. That's work, so why go away from that? They're 14 of 17 for 142 yards, 2 touchdowns through the air, so why go away from what's working? Alright, so waiting for him to come back from commercial break here. Birmingham won the USFL title by running all year. That is definitely true. They had a very good rushing attack, especially with the addition of Bo Scarborough in the middle of the season. But it appears as if the XFL teams could also have some success throwing the footballs. We've seen the Vipers so far. Not to say in the USFL they did not have any success throwing the football. There was definitely teams such as the Breakers, who had Kyle Sloter on their team, who were a good passing team. But I feel like we can see more success through the air in the XFL, as I think there's some better quarterbacks, and we've already seen it. Even though Luis Perez was also in the USFL, he's been good so far for the Vipers with about a little under 150 passing yards in the first half. And now, what's interesting here for the Vipers is, I'll get back to that in a second, as they're back from commercial break here at the 2-minute warning. But I'll get back to that thought in a second. Perez in shotgun. Here is going to be the handoff, and he's going to get stopped right at the line of scrimmage. That is number 8. That is Josh Lovett. Oh, we've got a flag down. Prior to snap, false start. Never mind, that play's not going to count. But getting back to that thought is, actually, XFL rule play clock. So play clock is 35 seconds and begins following the previous play. The clock starts on incompletions or out of bounds plays prior to the 2-minute warning after the ball is placed, but it stops on first downs and out of bounds plays within 2 minutes to go in each half. As we are within 2 minutes, we hit the 2-minute warning a second ago. Alright, from the 40, here is the give to Lovett running left. Raid? Thank you. Appreciate that. Thank you very much for the raid. I'm good. How about you? How are you doing? Alright, we got a 3rd and 9 here. Perez in shotgun. It looks like you got a false start. You've got a false start on left tackle for the Vipers. Thank you. Thank you for the raid. Greatly appreciate it. We got another false start here for the Vipers. That'll back them up 5. Yeah, it's their second false start penalty in the past few plays. Gives them a 3rd and 15 here. So 3rd and 15, Perez in shotgun. He's just going to hand off to number 14. That is Sweeting. He's kind of seen a hybrid receiver running back role so far. And with 1:12 to go in the first half, the Renegades spend their second timeout trying to save themselves some time. And potential put a drive together before the half, as they definitely need one. A good drive. They do get the ball at the half, but they're down by, or they're down 14-3. But getting back to my thought earlier, is it's going to be interesting to see what the Vipers do at quarterback. If Luis Perez is still good, because they've also got Brett Hundley on their roster, who's expected to take over at some point. But what would they do if Luis Perez has been really good and doesn't deserve to lose his starting job? But we got a 4th and 10 here. And the punt is away. It will be fielded at the 12. Now on the return, he is spinning away from defenders. It's a good return. He's still on his feet. Takes a big hit. And is down at the 34-yard line. The return man for the Vipers, that is Joe Powell, defensive back. Good return there. Sets him up with solid starting field position at the 34. So putting the Renegades back on to the field, play action, quick throw over the middle, caught by Sal Cannelli. He's inside Viper territory, down at the 47. Good play there to start. And with 48 seconds to go, clock now starts. Temporarily stops on first down in college football. Put looks to throw once again over the middle. He zips one, and that's picked off. Intercepted, and on the return to the 45-yard line. So he gives it right back to the Vipers with 32 seconds to go. .28 of the Vipers, that's C.J. Avery, linebacker out of Louisville, picked that one off. As Plitt was trying to get it to number 19. That is Orconato. Probably said his name wrong. But I'm not able to put enough air under it, and it gets picked off by C.J. Avery. So the Vipers, they get the ball back. Good starting field position. All three timeouts as well. 32 seconds to go. Perez looks to throw. Scans the field. Fires downfield. That's caught. And he swung out of bounds after a good completion there. Number 10 makes the catch there. That is Matthew Sexton. And clock stops with 25 seconds to go as he got out of bounds at the 37. Luis Perez, 160 yards, 2 touchdowns so far. Here's a quick throw that is batted away at the line of scrimmage by Donald Payne. Linebacker for the Renegades, was the leading tackler in the USFL last year. Alright, so 21 seconds to go, 2nd and 10. Perez, empty backfield. Here he looks to throw. Quick throw that is caught by Martavius Bryant. And we got a timeout called for by the Vipers, their first of the half, with 17 seconds to go before this upcoming 3rd and short. Alright, so we got a 3rd down here. 17 seconds to go in the first half. So 3rd and 2 from the 29. Perez, empty backfield. Which brought Perez off his back foot. Jeff Badgett makes the catch. Flag thrown as well. Jeff Badgett has been unbelievable so far. This is going to be interference in some way, whether it's offensive or defensive. Let's see. It's going to be offensive pass interference. That should not be offensive pass interference. The slightest possible push-off. Not a penalty in my opinion. So that backs him up to a 3rd and 17. With 11 seconds to go. probably just trying to get into field goal range here as they're currently at the 39. Perez looks to throw. Steps up in the pocket. Now Perez is going to dump this off. And he's going to get to the 30-yard line. And timeout with... No, did they not call a timeout? I don't know if they called a timeout or not. Oh, they did get a timeout and the clock just didn't stop. Alright, here is a 48-yard field goal attempt for the Vipers to extend their lead. The kick is up. It is drifting, and it is no good. So the score will stay at 14-3 as we hit halftime. The Renegades will get the football to start the second half. But we reach halftime here with the Vipers leading 14-3. But I'm going to go take a very short break as I do at halftime of every game I stream. But I'll be back in a few minutes. Just give me 1 second. Alright, but I'm going to go take a quick break. I will be back in a few minutes. Make sure to vote in the poll if you guys have not already. Let me know your updated score prediction in the comments. But I will go take a very short break and I will be back in a second. Alright, I'm back. Thank you guys for being patient. And the updated results on the poll. 83% of you guys have said the Vipers, 17% have said the Renegades. And the Renegades, they've really not been quite as good as I had expected so far. But, they've been okay. The Vipers, they've been good. But, the Renegades have not quite lived up to the expectation I have for them. I had them being one of the best teams in the XFL. They did not really do that. I always looked that way in the first half. Obviously, you could also have teams who are second half teams, like if you guys recall, the Guardians, no, not the Guardians, the Stallions in the USFL, they ended up winning the championship. They were a big second half team. But the first half was essentially all Vipers. I mean, the Renegades, they weren't bad, but I mean, they were not very good. As that they threw an interception. They did get lucky with that penalty call at the end. That should not have been a penalty. That was a very, very questionable call. But they got very, very lucky there. And something to note, Luis Perez has now thrown the first touchdown for the USFL and the XFL. Jeff Badgett, Badett actually, B-A-D-E-T. There's no G, sorry if you keep saying that. Jeff Badett and Luis Perez have been really, really good. Because, I mean, the two have connected for 74 receiving yards and 2 touchdowns. And Badett's holding all of his 5 targets. Luis Perez also had a really, really nice first half with 177 yards and 2 touchdowns. Meanwhile, for the Renegades, they really haven't been great. They had a good offensive drive the first time, but after that, nothing. Nothing much. They threw a pick. They've been okay through the air, 10 of 13 for 88 yards, but they've also thrown an interception. And they've been able to get nothing going offensively on the ground. Defensively, they haven't been all that bad. I mean, they should probably be down at least 20-3 because of that penalty. But let's see if they can turn it around here in the second half. Alright, so the Renegades, they're going to get the football back. Renegades get the ball here to start the half. Really desperately needing a score, because they have not been able to get much going offensively. On the return here, it is up to the 27, and that is where the Renegades will start the second half. Some updated results in the poll. 85% of you guys have said the Renegades, the Vipers. 15% have said the Renegades. So Drew put and Renegades offense back onto the field. Let's see if they're able to get going. We've seen a good amount of two tight end looks for the Renegades. They go back to it here. Sal Cannella in motion. Put looks to throw. He's pressured. And it's going to find Sal Cannella for a first down. And gets it up to the 41-yard line. But they've gone to that two tight end look quite a bit. And it's good because they've got a very versatile tight end, Sal Cannella. He's really like a bigger wide receiver. And as you see there, they motion him to the slot and are able to get the ball to him. Put it under center here. And we've got flags that come in. Let's see what this is going to be. This is going to be a neutral zone infraction penalty on the defense. So that'll give the Renegades a free 5 yards. And that'll give them a 1st and 5 here. Put under center. Here is the gift to Devon Smith. Smith is going to get up to midfield and gain 4 on the run to make this a 2nd and 1. One of his better runs of the day is his first one of the first half, a second half, as Devon Smith had a few good runs to start the half, or to start the game for the Renegades, but then he got shut down, and there's a solid run of 4. Alright, so here is a 2nd and 1 from exactly midfield. Put is going to hand off to number 12. He makes a big loop around, and that was not a good decision, as he's going to lose 4 on the play. It's backing up to a 3rd and 6, or 3rd and 5, actually. Vic Beasley forced him back. And the player getting the carry there was Adrian Killens. So here is a 3rd and 4. Renegades only 2 of 6 on 3rd down so far. And before the snap, we've got a flag thrown. Looks like we've got a false start. No, the Renegades actually spent the timeout. Okay, I don't know why they put flag up on the screen when it was a timeout. The Renegades first of the half. So here is a 3rd and 4. Put is going to look to throw, and he's going to fire downfield. That is caught. Incomplete. Small with the intended receiver. Now we get a flag that comes in. Definitely looked like he was interfered with on that play. That's actually going to be roughing the passer. Wait. What? Okay, these guys are making no sense at the moment. They signal roughing the passer. Might be because he got hit in the head. Okay, but anyway, first down gives the Renegades a first down after the penalty gives the Renegades a first down. with 12:30 to go in the third quarter. So first to 10, here is the give to number 12. Once again, I forgot his name, but he's got a good run on the end around to gain 5. Number 12, oh, that is Adrian Killens. I've said his name like a trillion times, yet still can't remember it. Alright, here's a 2nd and 4 after a solid run on the end around there. And we got an early jump. Looks like this time by the Vipers once again. A lot of early movement in this game so far by both teams. Alright, so as we await the call, let's see what this is going to be. It's actually going to be a false start, so the penalty goes against the Renegades. Okay, so here is a 2nd and 11. Looks to throw. Quick throw that is caught by tight end Sal Canella. No, that's not tight end Sal Canella. That is 88. I thought I saw 80. That is tight end Sean Beer. So here's a 3rd and 6. Empty backfield here for Drew Plitt. He looks to throw. Escapes the rush, rolls out, and now he's going to tuck it and run. Plitt is going to get about 2, as he is well short of the 1st down. Gets 2 on the scramble, and let's see what the Renegades opt to go with here on 4th down. It is a 4th and 3. It appears as if they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it. So yes, they are going to go for it from the 31. 1st down at the 28. Plitt looks to throw. He's pressured from behind. He loses the ball. And it is scooped up by the Vipers. Another big play by the Viper defense. And they will take over at their own 31-yard line. Maximum Roberts came around the edge and knocked it out. Around the blind side of Drew Plitt. Puts his hand on the ball, knocks it free, and then the Vipers recover. And they will take over. 2nd turnover of the day for the Renegades. One interception, 1 fumble, both by Drew Plitt. Here is the give. He's going to reverse field. That was not a good decision. Probably just should have accepted. He was only going to maybe get a yard. Number 5 got the carry there. That is DeAndre Torrey. So here is a 2nd and 14. Perez in the pistol. Play action. He is going to... Oh, he throws a pick to the defensive lineman. On the return for a touchdown. Wow. He just started dumping it off to the guy in the flat. The defensive lineman snags that ball to midair. That is what the Renegades needed. .48. That is Tomasi. Wally probably said that wrong. Comes up with a pick. And runs it back for a touchdown as well. It's a big play made by the defense of the Renegades, and it is now 14-9. And they're going to go for 2 here to make it a field goal game. They're going to line up in the I formation from the 5. Now they're going to shift out of it. And they move over to go Wildcat. They're going to go some trickery here. And he is nowhere near the goal line. He's taken out of the 5. Vic Beasley makes a stop there. And the score will stay at 14-9. So picked off and run back by the big defensive lineman. And it is now 14-9 after the 2-point attempt fails. And now we've seen each team, whenever they've scored a touchdown, they've gone for 2. So I wonder if that's going to be a theme in the XFL, if teams are going to be going for 2, or if it's going to depend on the situation in the game, or the team, or the coach, anything like that. But so far, we've seen everybody Alright, so waiting for them to come back from commercial break here after the pick 6 and the athletic play made by the defensive lineman picking the ball off and running it back for a touchdown. He didn't have to run far, but still makes the gets a touchdown. Alright, so still waiting for them to come back from commercial break here. Okay, still waiting for them to come back from commercial. Okay, they're at a really, really wild commercial break right now, so just give... Well, let's just wait a second. Okay, why does it seem like this commercial break is taking an hour? Oh, it actually wasn't. And apparently I got delayed somehow. Sorry about that. Somehow it got way behind. And a big play there for the Renegades. Not sure exactly what happens. Hold on, let me find out. Hold on, let's see what just happened. Okay, so it was a quick throw to Sal Canella. And then it appears I am confused. Hold on, give me 1 second. Okay. Renegades here at the ball. Quick throw, caught by Sal Canella to the 20. So what happened was the ball was fumbled. And the Renegades have the ball back now. Okay, sorry I missed that play. Very, very sorry. Here is the gift to Devon Smith for a gain of 2. And that brings up a second down here for the Renegades. So 2nd and 8, quick throw out to number 8, makes the catch but is nowhere to go. That is Sean Moster. Alright, so here is a 3rd and 10. Renegades are in field goal range as they're at the 19-yard line. Looks to throw. Throws back across the field. That is caught by Smith for about a gain of 6 on the play, but he's well short of a first down. And that'll bring up a 4th down here for the Renegades. They'll be forced to settle for a field goal on this 4th and 4. So they send on the field goal unit here. They're 1 for 1. Taylor Russolino, probably said that wrong. Here's a 32-yard field goal attempt from right down the middle. And this kick is good. And it is now 14-12. As the Renegades use a big defensive play to get the football and then get some points off that. The only thing is they really haven't been scoring touchdowns. 2 field goals and a touchdown and missed extra point. But the offense has not really been able to do much. But, a crazy turn of events. Between the turnover, getting the ball back, and stuff like that. A crazy turn of events. But the Renegades defense comes up with a huge play. Hold on, I got an error real quick. Okay. But a huge play there for the defense of the Renegades. 2 plays, actually. And they are now right back in this game as it is currently a 2-point game. Hold on 1 second. Okay, fix that problem. Okay, so here is the return. DeAndre Torrey is dragged down at the 27. And that is where the Vipers offense will take over. Alright, so points off turnovers, 9 points for the Renegades, 0 for the Vipers. Despite 2 turnovers for the Renegades. Now 2 turnovers for each side. Batted in motion here. Perez looks to throw. He's going to dump this off to Batted. And big block. By the tight end, 89. But Batted going to gain about, I don't know, 6-7 yards. 89, Cam Sutton, their tight end, threw an absolutely massive block and knocked somebody over. Here's a 3rd and 3, and Rod Smith is dragged down for a loss of a yard to make a 3rd and 4. Really, neither team's been able to run the football that effectively. And really the difference is the Vipers, they've been able to throw it, whereas the Renegades have not been able to. Like, they've been able to throw the football, but they just really haven't been that effective. Here's a 3rd and 4 from their own 33. Batted in motion. Perez looks to throw. Protected well. And he fires that is incomplete. Martavius Bryant got a hand on it, but could not haul it in. So that brings up a 4th and 4. And another good possession by the Renegades defense forces a punt. So here is a 4th and 4. The punt here for the Vipers. It is almost blocked, and now it's going to take off and run with it. And he's not going to get there for a 1st down. And the Renegades will take over at the 30. Interesting. Let's see what they're talking about here. So what happened was he tried to punt it, but there was a free rusher who would have blocked the punt. And then punter Carrizosa just took off and ran. But Renegades take over at the 35. The Vipers are challenging the ruling on the field of... It looks like the spot of the ball that he was short. Because... Oh, no. Offside? Hold on. I don't know if you could challenge penalties here. If you could, that's really, really cool. So the Vipers challenging the ruling on the field. I think they're trying to say the Renegades were offsides. They don't have a down the line look, but they have nothing to overturn it, so the ruling on the field is going to stand. So now the Vipers lose their challenge. So, challenge rules. Teams have one challenge a game. It can be used on any kind of officiating call. The ruling is made by the XFL Command Center, and they must have a timeout available to use the challenge, and the timeout is restored if the challenge is successful. In this case, it's not. Now, the Vipers also cannot use a challenge anymore as they're added challenges. So Pwitt looks to throw. He's going to go deep down the field. That is... Oh, wow, did he catch that? Wow, what a catch by Jordan Smallwood. Wow. That was a great catch. He, pins it on his shoulder. Wow, was that a good catch. A gain of 23, and the Renegades trying to go fast. But they're going to take another look at this. Wow, that was a huge catch. I think that's a catch. But, wow. So he goes up with one hand. And then it's knocked out by the defender. Then he's able to pin it against his shoulder. So it's like this. And he pins it against his shoulder. And it's... They're going to keep the ruling on the field. But wow, was that a good catch by Jordan Smallwood. Alright, here Pwitt looks to throw. Now he's going to roll out right, escaping the rush, and Pwitt is going to throw. That is going to be caught by 19 for a gain of 5. That is Arcanado made the catch there. So here's a 2nd and 4. This time Renegades having a solid drive. Especially that big play really helped with the spectacular catch made by Smallwood. Arcanado in motion here. Pwitt looks to throw. Quick throw. Knocked away. Incomplete. Looking for Arcanado in the end zone, but not a good throw. Threw it at the defender instead of at his receiver. The Renegades have been in the red zone twice, yet have not scored a touchdown. Their only touchdown came on a pick 6. So here is a 3rd and 4. Put in shotgun here. Devon Smith, the back line to his right. Put looks to throw. He's pressured. He's going to try to dump this off to Devon Smith, but too high, off his hands and incomplete. And another good stop by the Vipers defense. Their offense has been good through the passing game. Their defense has also been really good, coming up with some key stops. Now, the Renegades should be able to take the lead here, as they're certainly in field goal range, and it's a chip shot. A 25-yard field goal. Figure 2 of 2. Taylor Russolino probably said that wrong. 25-yard attempt is up and good. And it is now 15-14. The Renegades take their first lead of the day, as they take the lead with 2:43 to go in the third quarter. The total yards for each team: 198 for the Vipers, 195 for the Renegades, very close. And now most of the Vipers' yards have come through the air. Alright, so 2:43 to go in the third quarter. Renegades lead 15-14. And this kick is away. It is fielded at the 11-yard line by DeAndre Torrey. On the return, he looks for space, and he's going to get taken down at the 25. Going to go grab a tissue real quick before they run their next play. Hold on, let me get the Vipers. Okay, here's a 1st and 10. Perez fakes the toss. Instead, it's going to be a shovel pass, which is... Let's see, what are they marking this? They're marking this a fumble? Incomplete pass, never mind. So it was a fake toss, and they tried to shovel pass it to bat it coming across. It's actually really nice play design. But the shovel pass just did not work as it hit bat it in the arm and fell incomplete. So here's a 2nd and 10. Number 8 is the running back. He exits the backfield. Perez looks to throw, and he's going to dump this off to Geronimo Allison, his wide receiver, and he's going to gain about 4, maybe 5 yards on the play to bring up a 3rd down. And number 8, the guy lined up the backfield was John Lovett. Here's a 3rd and 6. Perez in shotgun here. Vipers 4 of 9 on 3rd down so far. Perez looks to throw. He's pressured. Hit as he throws. The ball is out, but it appears as if this is going to be incomplete. Yeah, it's incomplete. And now the Renegades defense has put together several nice drives. That's 4 in a row now. And they force yet another punt. So the Vipers send on the punt unit after an interesting punt their last drive, where it was almost blocked, then he had to take off and run. Let's see if they can get the protection right this time. 4th and 5. This time there's good protection on the punt. Carrizosa sends it away. And on the return here, it is a solid return to the 38, and that is where the Renegades will take over. So putting the Renegades back onto the field at the 45. Here is to give it to Devon Smith up the middle, and Smith is going to get a solid run of 5 there. Not a ton of space, just kept his legs moving, and is able to find 5 yards. And that brings us to the end of the third quarter. So, the Renegades lead 15-14 with the football. And we head to the fourth quarter to see who will come out on top of first game of the 2023 season. Alright, so waiting to come back from commercial break here after the... or as we head to the fourth quarter. Alright, so waiting for them to go back from commercial here as we begin the fourth quarter. Okay, so still waiting for them to come back. This is a long commercial break. Oh, froze for a second, and I missed the first play. Hold on 1 second. Alright, here's an upcoming 3rd and 2 for the Renegades. I missed the play because it froze. Third and 2, 2 of 9 on 3rd down for the Renegades. Quick throw, caught by Salcano. He's got a 1st down, and he's dragged down at the 46-yard line. Renegades move the chains. Here we got a shift. Offensive linemen go out, wind up as receivers. And they're going to run the ball out of that look. The gift to Devon Smith gains about 5. But we got a flag down. Let's see. That was an interesting formation. It is an illegal formation. So that'll back him up 5. So they were lined up as like a usual look, and then they went out to 2 offensive linemen on the left side, right side, and that was interesting play there. But it ends up getting blown back for a penalty. The 3rd penalty of the day for the Renegades. They've got 3 penalties, 15 yards. Here is Pruitt. He's going to hand off to Keith Ford, and Ford with a good run there gains about 8 on the play. And that brings up about a 2nd and 7. 2nd and 6 is what they're going to mark it as. Under 13 minutes to go in the game here. Put in shotgun. Keith Ford, the back wind up to his right. Put going to go deep down the field. Overthrows everybody and incomplete. Number 11, that is Lawan Winnington, was the intended receiver. So here's a 3rd and 6. From little inside Viper territory at the 42. Put looks to throw. He's pressured. Escapes 2 rushers. And now the 3rd one drags him down for a loss of 2 on the play. And that'll bring up a 4th down here for the Renegades. And they'll be forced to punt it away. So on 4th and 7, they send on the punt unit as we're not in field goal range. And before the punt, we've got a flag on the play. "12 men on the field." Oh no, illegal substitution on the Vipers, and that gives them an automatic 1st down. Since when was an illegal substitution an automatic 1st down? Never knew that. So, it's not an automatic 1st down. It's just a 5-yard penalty. Now they're going to send the offense out there to go for it. So 4th and 2 here from the 38. Put and the Renegades offense back on the field with 11:13 to go. Put in shotgun. He looks to throw here. Quick throw that is caught for a first down. By 85, that is Tyler Vaughn's. And the Renegades move to chains. So the Renegades, they are able to convert there. Tyler Vaughn's 4 catches, 38 yards. Drew put up to about 180-ish yards on the day, a little under. Here is the gift to Devon Smith, and he is going to get 2, maybe 3 on the play. And that brings up a 2nd and 7, so they're going to give him 3. 8-play, 32-yard drive, taking 5:04 off the clock so far for the Renegades. So here's a 2nd and 7. Put looks to throw. The Vipers bring a blitz. Put escapes the rush. Now he's going to take off and run. He's got plenty of space ahead, and he's going to go out of bounds at the 17-yard line and gains a first down. They brought a blitz, went to man coverage. It appears as if they had a spy on him. He came after him. And Put able to take off for a nice gain. As he's now got 172 passing yards, 14 rushing yards. Here is the toss to Keith Ford, trying to get to the edge. He's going to get the edge, and he's out of bounds after a gain of 2. That brings up a 2nd and 8. Alright, so we got a 2nd and 9 here. Put winds up under center. Keith Ford remains in at running back. He's going to get the give here. Up the middle, and Ford is going to spin his way free. He's still going. And he's taken down after a gain of 8. Good run there for Keith Ford. Makes it a 3rd and 1. Eight and a half minutes to go. Renegades will get 15-14, 3rd and 1 here from the 9. Put gonna go quarterback sneak, and Drew Plitt's got a first down. And got a 1st and goal from the 6. Renegades have had 3 possessions in the red zone. They've not scored a touchdown in any of them. Let's see if this possession is different or if that is going to stay the same. The Vipers, they were really good in the first half with 187 yards. They've got 15 yards in the second half and haven't had the ball a whole ton. Whereas the Renegades, that's been essentially the opposite. Here's the gift to Keith Ford. Ford spinning his way, and Ford, is he in? I think he's just short. Keith Ford is taken down at the 1. To bring up a 2nd and goal. So yeah, he's short. 2nd and goal from inside the 1. They're going to go quarterback sneak. Didn't get much there. I don't know if you got that. Let's see the ruling. Drew Plitt is not in. Yeah, he's definitely short. You got about half of what they needed there. Here's a 3rd and goal where they go quarterback sneak again. They're going to give it to Ford, and Ford, he's stopped too! What a goal line stand here for the Vipers. 4th and goal. Let's see, what are they going to go with here? They're going to keep the offense out there. Once again, line up under center. How about some play action? Here we go. Put, pressured, and he's sacked. Vic Beasley gets home for a sack. And the Vipers defense with a big, huge stop. The Vipers defense has made several huge plays. A massive goal line stand. And they keep this as a 1-point game. Now, they will be getting the ball from the 2, but their defense, with yet another huge stop. They've had so many so far today. So I said play action right before they snapped the ball. So what I would have gone there is either on 3rd or 4th down. I think what I would have done on 3rd down, I would have gone play action, some sort of rollout, and try to find somebody in the end zone, and then if it ends up being incomplete on 4th down, go quarterback sneak again. But because they ran the ball on 3rd down, I would not go quarterback sneak on 4th down, just because, I mean, everyone's expecting you to run the football. But I agree with the decision there to go play action. You subbed and you're back. Well, thank you very much for subscribing and welcome back. Well, that's greatly appreciated. Thank you very much. So the Vipers, they take over here. Hold on. Give me 1 second. I think I froze for a second and fell behind. Okay. So the Vipers, they take over at their own 2-yard line after their defense comes up with a massive goal line stand. And they still trail 15-14, but that prevents them from going down even further. So let's see. How the Vipers go here offensively from deep inside their own territory. The ball is on their own 3-yard line here. Perez under center. They go I formation. Here is the gift of Rod Smith, and he is going to have to jump over a bunch of people laying on the ground and then fall forward for a gain of a yard. The Vegas defense has held the Renegades without a touchdown in 4 red zone possessions. Three times they forced a field goal. 1 time they forgot a turnover on downs. But a great goal line stand there. As the Renegades had the ball 3 times from the 1 and couldn't do anything with it. Perez throws that away. And that'll bring up a 3rd and 9 here as they go to the air. You subbed? Thank you very much. Greatly appreciated. Thank you very, very much. Alright, here's a 3rd and 9. The Vipers on 3rd downs. They are 4 of 8 in the first half, and since then they've been 0 of 2. Here's a 3rd and long from their own 4. Perez standing in his own end zone. And we got early movements that'll back him up to the 2. False start on the Vipers. Michael Miller, number 64, their left tackle, moves early. The left guard also moved with him. But that backs him up to a 3rd and 11 from their own 2. Perez in shotgun. He looks to throw. He's pressured. He's going to get the ball out, and it is picked off! And it's returned for a touchdown! Devontae Bosby picks it off. And the Renegades, with a huge play defensively, they're now up 21-14. Picked off by Devontae Bosby. The 15th point off a turnover for the Renegades so far today. Their offense has been very concerning to watch, but their defense, that has been a completely different story. They're going to go for 1 here to make an 8-point game. They're currently up by 7. Put lines up under center. Here they're going to give the ball to Devon Smith, and he's in for the conversion to make it a 8-point game. It is now 22-14. What a comeback for the Renegades. Being down 14-3 to now going up 22-14 with 4 minutes to go. But a crazy turn of events there for the second time today. Alright, so waiting to come back from commercial break here after the after the pick 6 there. Alright, so waiting to come back from commercial here. After the Renegades extended their lead, it is now 22-14. Some updated results from the poll. 87% of you guys have said the Vipers. 13% have said the Renegades. So for you guys to be correct, the Vipers need a good comeback here, but obviously a lot of you guys put that in earlier when the Vipers had the 14-3 lead. But I'm still waiting for them to come back from commercial. Congrats on 800 subscribers. We've hit 800. Wow. Thank you guys. Wow. Awesome. Thank you very, very much. Yeah, we did. Wow. Thank you guys very much for 800 subscribers. That was the goal. I hope to hit 800 by the end of the weekend, and thank you guys for helping me reach that goal. Thank you very much. Alright, so they kick it away here, and it is on the return. It is a shorter kick. The return is also a shorter return, but he's up to the 32 between the kick and the return. Alright, so Luis Perez back onto the field here. And he's actually thrown 4 touchdowns today, although 2 of them have been to the Renegades. 2 of them have been to the Vipers. The Vipers' offense has been completely shut down here in the second half, as they have not scored a single point and don't have many yards at all either. They've got, what do they have, like 16 yards in the second half? Alright, Perez, he's pressured, and he is sacked back at the 29-yard line, loss of 3 on the play. Donald Payne gets the sack, and that backs him up to a 2nd and 13. Empty backfield here for Perez. He looks to throw. He's pressured again. And now he's going to step up, and he's going to go down right at the line of scrimmage to avoid a sack, but it's still going to be a 3rd and 13. So something that's really stood out in the second half is the Renegades defense has played a lot better. But also the Vegas offensive line has had some protection issues, and also they've had some pre-snap penalties as well. The Renegades defense in the second half still had 14 yards, they forced 3 turnovers, and had 2 interceptions returned for a touchdown. Here's a 3rd and 13. Perez looks to throw. Throw that is incomplete off the hands of the intended receiver, number 10, Matthew Sexton, and that falls incomplete. So, they punted away here. Renegades get the football back. This kick is going to bounce into the end zone for a touchback. So, a big kick there goes all the way into the end zone for Michael Carrizosa. And the Renegades will take over at their own 20-yard line, up by 8 with... how much time is left? With 2 minutes to go. So, this is also the 2-minute warning. The attendance at today's game, they've got 12,047 fans, so solid attendance there for the first game of the XFL. Alright, so waiting for them to go back from commercial here. Alright, so still waiting for them to come back from commercial. After the 2-minute warning. Alright, now they're back. But 2 minutes to go here. First and 10, each team with 2 timeouts remaining. Here is the give to Devon Smith. Smith is going to gain 4 on the play. And let's see, did they spend a timeout? They did not. So now the clock is still running. A minute and a half to go. 2nd and 6. Play under center. Here he's going to hand off to Smith once again, and Smith runs into a wall this time. Is lucky to get back to the line of scrimmage. Now the second timeout is spent by the Vipers, stopping the clock with 1:13 to go. Now they've got 1 timeout remaining. And they need to stop here on 3rd down to get the football back and have a chance. Here's a 3rd and 5. I expect them to keep the ball on the ground, force them to use their last timeout, and if they can get a run for 5 yards, they get a run for 5 yards and get the game. And come out on top with the win. Because while it is an 8-point lead, remember, touchdown and 2-point conversion, but then you could go for 3 if you're the Vipers and got the win. So it's still very possible if you're the Vipers. 3rd and 5, 1:13 to go in the game. Renegades only 4 of 13 on 3rd down so far. Put under center. And it looks like we've got some pre-snap movement on the Renegades that'll back them up 5. And now, that is going to make this a lot more difficult. It's on tight end Sean Beer. That's the 4th penalty on the Renegades so far. That backs them up to a 3rd and 10. And with the play clock winding down, the Renegades will now spend a timeout. So a lot of delays before we're actually going to get to see this 3rd and 10. Or this 3rd down play. So we've got a false start, now a timeout. But if they're able to talk it over before this 3rd and 10, I'd expect them to run the football, force the Vipers to use their final timeout, and then punt it away. Trust your defense, which has been so good in the second half, only giving them 13 yards. That's what I would do if I'm the Renegades. Run the football. If you get a 10-yard run, great, you win the game. But if not, punt it away. Your defense has been playing well, trust them. That's what I do. They're going to come out in the shotgun here. but they're going to run the football out of it, and Devon Smith goes backwards for a loss of 5. Timeout. Okay, there's the timeout. With 1:06 to go. So the Vipers will have about a minute left. And no timeouts. So it's still very possible. The Vipers defense gets a big stop there. And now 4th and 14, 1:06 to go. The Vipers forced to punt it. Renegades forced to punt it away. Marquette King on to punt. Matthew Sexton back deep to receive for the Vipers. I feel like they've had like 30 different returners so far. The kick is away. Fielded at his own 23. Sexton on the return. Up the field. He gets up to the 40-yard line. So 55 seconds to go. 60 yards for the Vipers. Alright, so the Vipers with the football here. 1st and 10 at their own 55 seconds to go. At their own 40. Perez drops the snap. And he's going to heave it deep down the field. Oh, it's caught at the 30-yard line. It's caught. What a play. The clock temporarily stops. Now they've got to get to the line. So at the 30. That went from being a disastrous play to a huge play for the Vipers. Perez looks to throw. Quick throw that's caught by Martavius Bryant. He's got a first down. That stops the clock again with 36 seconds to go. From the 20. Clock is running. 30 seconds to go. Perez looks to throw. He's going to go take a shot to the end zone. Looking for Martavius Bryant. Incomplete. Second and 10, 22 seconds to go in the game. Alright, here's a 2nd and 10 from the 20. Obviously, don't really care what down it is. You just got to get the ball in the end zone. Perez looks to throw. He's pressured. Spins out of a sack. Throw it away. And he is going to throw this one away. Almost nails the official in the head. Great job there by Perez. Escaping the sack and throwing it away. He's got 15 seconds to go. 3rd and 10 here. He's 21 of 34. For a little over 200 yards, 2 touchdowns, 2 picks. $15 seconds to go. From the 20. 3rd and 10, empty backfield for Luis Perez. Perez going to dump this off underneath. Turns upfield, and he's in for a touchdown! Wow! Just outruns the defender. Now they've got to go for 2. They are going to go for 2. Oh, wow. That was huge. So they're going for 2. 8 seconds to go. Two-point conversion would tie it, and most likely send it to overtime. Perez, empty backfield. Looks to throw. Perez is gonna get sacked. Luis Perez gets sacked, and the Renegades are gonna hold on to win. So a great comeback win for the Renegades. And it's going to fall short for the Vipers' comeback attempt. It looked like he wanted to bat it. And he was on a slant underneath, but he cut upfield. I think Perez wanted him to keep going underneath. Oh, so now they're going to go 4th and 15 from their own 25. We're going to see the onside kick rule for the first time. Because you could either go traditional onside kick, or you could go 4th and 15 from their own 25. And that is what the Vipers are going to do here. Because they've got to keep possession. So it's not completely over, because the offense still has a chance, whereas if they were to kick it away, it would be a just Renegades take a knee. So here's a 4th and 15 to keep possession of the football, acting as an onside kick. And if you are able to convert, then you would keep possession from wherever you convert. So if you get it up to like the 50-yard line, you can keep it from the 50. Okay, here's a 4th and 15 from their own 25. Perez in shotgun here. He looks to throw, protected well. Perez fires downfield. Incomplete. Geronimo Allison had it for a second, but the hit knocks it free. And with 1 second left, the Renegades will take over. So a stressful win for the Renegades, having to come back and then survive a comeback bid for the Vipers, but they're gonna hold on for the win. Really, that's a good decision to go to Geronimo Allison for Perez. Just a good play made by, I believe that's Donald Payne, putting a big hit on Allison, knocking the ball free. So victory formation here for the Renegades, as they take a knee and they grab the first win of the 2023 XFL season with a 22-20 win over the Vipers. Close, exciting game. And a great game. Comebacks by both teams. Renegades come back for the win, and then hold off the Vipers come back. But that is gonna do it for today's stream. Thank you guys for watching. Make sure to like the stream, subscribe if you guys have not already. By the way, thank you guys so much for 800 subscribers. I will be back tomorrow night for the Defenders against the Sea Dragons game, so I hope to see you guys there. Make sure to subscribe, turn on notifications, don't miss that. But I thank you guys for watching. Make sure to like, subscribe, turn on notifications so I do my best to post as often as possible, and I will see you in the next video.